Shalom, everyone. This is a lesson on prioritizing our sensitivities based on the Torah. On this week's Parshas Mishpatim, something that came to me based on Rashi on the Chumash about this, a seemingly straightforward a law and a basic Rashi, and a lesson that we learned from it, which really shows the tremendous depth between the Torah, the written Torah, and the Torah Sheba'al Peh, as seen in the words of Rashi. So the Parsha says, if a person steals an ox or a sheep, and he slaughters it or sells it, chamisha bakar yishalim tachas hashor, he has to pay five oxen for the shore that he stole, va'arba tzon tachas haseh, and 4 sheep for the sheep that he stole. 4 times he has to pay it, 4 times the amount that he stole. So we see it says it more than once. It says ox and sheep, and then ox and sheep in the pasuk. Then comes Rashi, and he immediately gives an explanation for why we pay 4 for the sheep, and then there's another Rashi after that. He brings another Rashi. This is the first Rashi is the name of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, and the second Rashi, the second explanation, he brings the name of Rabbi Meir, that's explaining why we would pay more for the ox. So the question is, why is the order of the Torah switched? The Torah itself, the Torah Shebechtav, the written Torah, it says first the ox and then the sheep, and then Rashi kind of switches the explanations, first the sheep and then the ox. So what's Rashi doing? Why is it saying it different than the Torah itself? So let's see what the explanations of Rashi are. Rashi says, what's the reason why a person would pay less for the sheep? The reason is because we feel bad for the robber. That if a person steals a cow, they just lead it through the street, and there's no embarrassment. That's just how you bring a cow. You hold it by the horn or by the rope, and you pull it through the street. But if someone steals a sheep, they have to pick up the sheep, put it on their shoulders, and drag it. Hold on to it while it's kicking and screaming, running away, into the dark of night. So there's a certain aspect of embarrassment. So the Rashi first brings this idea of why does we pay less? Why does he have to pay less of a punishment for stealing a sheep? Because he has a little bit of embarrassment, and we feel sensitivity for the poor thief that he was embarrassed by it. The next explanation is in the name of Rav Meir, and says, why do you pay more for the ox, for the cow? Come and see, kama gadola kochoshem malacha. Let's see how great the power of work is, the work ethic. Shor shebatlu mimalachto, that if an ox is taken away from being able to work, because an ox is used to plow a field and things like that, then he has to pay 5 times, because he shouldn't be taken away from his job. So we see these 2 concepts. One concept is the feeling bad for the individual thief, and the other concept is feeling, a collective responsibility that work is important. Making a living, making sure that a person can put bread on the table is so important. And if someone took away someone's ability to make a living by stealing their car, their truck, type of thing, the cow, then that's a very, very bad thing. There's no embarrassment. It's a very, very important thing to make sure that someone has that they're financially able to make it. So now that's Rashi. The question is, why does Rashi switch the order? So this is the answer. I'd like to say that the Torah is saying what comes first. What comes first? You have these 2 concepts. How do you balance these sensitivities? The sensitivity of someone's feelings, that they feel a little bit embarrassed, something that they did, how they deal with their own feelings, or what's going on the outside, that the effect of that act is causing someone to lose their livelihood. How do we view it? What do we view first? So the Torah is telling us first things first. We view the most important loss right here is that the person, the victim, is unable to make a living because he doesn't have a cow. That's the first thing. The first thing we focus on is the collective, meaning the needs of the public, not just the person the individual, the needs of a society to be able to function. How we view. First, we need to make sure that there's structure, that there's a functioning society. Then, after that, we could talk about the needs of the person who was really the perpetrator, the person who's the thief. Then we could talk about his needs, and we could see how we could help him and feel and connect to that place of embarrassment that he has. So now, why does Rashi come and switch the order if that's so important? So why doesn't Rashi just kind of copycat the way that the Torah is speaking? Why does he have to change the order? So I'd like to say that once the Torah already tells us how to view the world, what's the right thing, what's the wrong thing, then comes the Torah Sheba'al Peh, and it's able to kind of cut to the chase, to get to the point. Okay, fine, it's very good that a person should be able to make a living, and there shouldn't be anything to prevent them from making from society functioning very, very well. But what about that person's emotions? What about the fact that he was embarrassed, he had to go in the street? That should be our first emotion once everything is clear. Once the problems are set aside. Once we're not afraid of what would happen to society, then we want to make sure that we're worried about the thief's inner emotions, that he's okay, that we think that we're sensitive to even the person who's obviously not 100%, but we care about them. We want to make sure that they're doing okay for their situation, and we obviously want them to improve. Like the eyes of the Torah Sheba'al Peh are already coming to a situation of like a fixed situation after the Torah itself said, what the right thing and what the wrong thing is. Now comes Rashi and says, 1 second, someone here, he's embarrassed. So we could especially in this day and age when concepts of ethics are very, very very difficult to say what is right and wrong without getting yourself into trouble. I think this teaching is very very beautiful, and also very Hasidish in a certain sense, that it shows how at the end of the day we want the heart. We want to make sure that we're not just numbers in a system, but really when someone has a feeling, we have to think about that and care about that and worry about it, and it should so to speak, keep us up at night. That should be something that's what we want to be. We want to be like the way that the left thinks. They're caring about every single creature under the sun, but we have to make sure that it comes after the stage is set from the Torah. But once the stage is set, it really is what we're looking for, and that is the most important lesson that Rashi is able to bring out, first, without having to bring the first explanation of the Torah. So enjoy.